Hello, everybody. It's Adrian from Contact Mapping from a remote, undisclosed location called San Antonio, Texas. And it is great to be with you today. This is going to be a quick conversation, but it's something I'm really excited about that is coming up tomorrow, who I am so excited to. We've been talking about how much we want to collaborate together for quite some time now, and just haven't had the opportunity to really line everything up. And it's been amazing that one of the gifts of this crazy world and this crazy last year plus that we have been in is that it makes it easier to collaborate because we don't always have to align travel schedules and all these sort of things. And so this is an incredible coach, somebody who is truly a student, not just of network marketing, but of what it means to be great, what it means to be a leader, and how to overcome fear and take action. And so I'm so excited to have her with me here today. My guest is Deb Erickson. She is the founder of the ICAN Institute and just a phenomenal coach who actually, this is perfect timing because the women's NCAA tournament is happening right here in San Antonio, Texas right now. She's got a background in sports and coaching before getting into the network marketing world. And so I'm going to bring her on here. Welcome, Deb. It's great to have you here. And thanks for joining me today.
Oh, thank you so much, Adrian. You know, I adore you guys. You and Tom and Denise, the family, the gang that brings us Contact Mapping. I just love you all. You are brilliant, and I love being a part of it. So thanks for having me.
Well, thank you. We feel the same way about you. And, I think that there are a lot of great coaches out there in the network marketing space, but what you do, I think, is really special and unique and needed. Mm-hmm. And, here's my layman's version of what you do, and then you can tell them what you really do. My layman's version is that you have studied the science of the brain to help people to move themselves out of fear and paralysis and into action in a very, very practical way. So tell me if I'm wrong and tell them what you really do.
And you have nailed it. You nailed it. So let me just say this. My 25 years in the industry, from everything from a consultant getting started to a top level leader, a consultant, a business owner, what I've discovered is this, right? It's not that we don't have great skill set training, great systems, we have all of that we need. It still comes down to whether or not you will take action as an individual, right? Can you upgrade your systems? Yes. Can you upgrade your skill set? Yes. But the bottom line is, do you take action on a regular basis? And so what I discovered is most of the training available out in the world was very traditional. I'm going to call it a male mindset model because it's very much about make it happen and get out there and get it done. It's kind of a force strategy, which we all love in the world. However, when you are facing fear, it's only one of the three different ways that we are wired to deal with fear, right? We are wired to fight, flight, or freeze, right? So if you are the fight energy, that means you lean in, you challenge. But if you are wired to run or hide, which honestly is the vast majority of women and some men, then just telling you, go get it, doesn't change anything, does it?
No.
And so what I noticed is most mindset training is it's a mantra or a bold statement like face your fear and do it anyway. So it's kind of like, here's what you should do, A, B, C, D, E, right? Here's what all the top level leaders are doing, A, B, C, D, E. But what's missing is the step-by-step approach where we can actually figure out, why am I stuck? What's holding me back? And how do I hack into the neuroplasticity of my brain and actually silence fear and move into action with ease? So if you are an individual that says, I've been to all of the training, I'm still not applying it. I know what I need to be doing as far as mindset, but I can't get myself to do it. Or if you're a leader and you're saying, hey, it's not really an issue for me, but I have so many people on my team that are struggling with the big three. And here's the big three: fear, doubt, and insecurity. So these are the mindset stoppers, emotional blockers. These are the things that keep us from getting out in the world. So you're right. What I do is teach you the science and the hacks. How do I hack in and actually create a change, a shift in mindset? So it's not just a slogan. Instead, it is an art form. And that's really what I teach.
That's awesome. And, I think in the world of what we do in network marketing, what most knowledge workers do, the fight sort of mentality works great in sports because we're going to rally and we're going to make this push. The fight mentality works great in a battle or any, when like it's a very tangible foe. But when your foe is internal, so often it's much more those elusive, self-doubt and all those sort of things that can paralyze you. And, man or woman, I think that those are so important to learn how to confront and overcome. And so you have something coming up tomorrow that I'm really excited about that I wanted to help you put a spotlight on. So you've got a free webinar course coming up tomorrow that's going to be a phenomenal opportunity for people to get a taste of what this really looks like and how practical it is. So talk a little bit about what's coming up tomorrow. I actually need to put something running across the screen as you're doing that.
Yeah, tomorrow's webinar is about the secrets of becoming a fearless recruiter, a fearless sponsorer. And the reason that I specifically called it fearless is because I want to give you the tools to identify when fear gets triggered, and then how to silence and reduce the fear so that you really can approach your business with passion and bliss and appreciation, expectation, and joy. In other words, all of those positive emotions that help to silence the fear center. So what we're going to do tomorrow is I'm going to give you a taste on how your brain is wired, why it's wired the way it is, and what you can do to change the wiring. And then at the end of that, we're going to invite people to come and play at a 3-day workshop, a summit, a sponsoring summit that will help you elevate so that you can actually begin to rank up, recruit up, right? Reach up. Because let's just be honest, this industry requires us to live at a core confidence. We got to be a 10, man. We got to elevate our core confidence, our knowing who we are and what we have and what we bring. We got to be living in a 10 so that we can attract 10s, so that we can open up our business and really love our life. And so that's really what the summit is going to be about. It tomorrow is going to give you a great sneak peek to see if maybe this is the missing link for you.
Absolutely. And I love what you just said, because we want to show up as a 10. And I think the thing that always tripped me up along the way is, you see people that come across that way, that exude that confidence. And it's so easy to go to comparison and go, oh, well, God, like, I feel that way like once a month. Like that's not me. And it's not that those people feel that way all the time. It's that they have learned how to move themselves to that space so that they can perform at a high level. And inevitably life pulls you back, and then you reset and you get yourself back up to that level 10, right?
It's what athletes do. It's what all performers, no matter what you're performing, whether it's music or theater, it's what they all do. They know how in any given moment they can identify, here's where I am and where do I need to be. And they know how to bridge that gap, right? To fill that and say, I need to move from a 3, right? Because I just got triggered today. My kid was sick all night long and I got no sleep whatsoever. And now I got to be on stage. Bam, they know how to elevate. And the reason that's so, Adrienne, is because confidence, everybody wants confidence. Confidence is nothing more than a feeling. And the truth is we can ignite a feeling in a heartbeat by our thoughts, by our beliefs, by what we're saying, all of that, we can shift that. And so imagine if your listeners knew how to, in any moment of their day, go, let me just check in. Where am I? Where's my confidence? My my belief that I can. And what if they could shift right here, right now, from wherever they find themselves to where they need to be as they begin to engage in their business activities for the day, or being present for their kids, or learning how to elevate if you're going to have to go on stage or be live on camera. These are nothing more than tools to help you navigate this business, because believe me, we're all getting triggered these days. Yeah. This is a tool you really can't live without.
Yeah, I love that. So the webinar is tomorrow morning. It's at 9:30 Pacific time. If you can't make it on live, don't worry. Go register anyway. The link is at the bottom of the screen. It's contactmapping.com/fearless. That will take you right to the registration page. And you want to register for this thing, because if you can't make it live, you can still get the replay and you'll get some powerful, actionable tools. But Deb talked about this a little bit, and I mentioned it at the beginning, that the thing I'm really excited about is that we have gotten the opportunity to collaborate together on this summit that she has that is coming up in April. And I am so excited about that, because there is going to be a phenomenal lineup of speakers that I feel I feel very lucky to be included in this group of people. So it's called Ascend. It's April 15th to the 17th. Is that right?
Yes.
April 15th to 17th. Denise Chenault is going to be speaking, who is by far the best Chenault. So if you're tired of hearing from me, or you're going, oh God, if you're part of this, I don't want to be a part of it, don't worry. Denise is going to be teaching there. She's going to be phenomenal. But talk about a few of the other folks that you have joining, in addition to, I know you are going to absolutely be bringing the rain, Deb.
Yeah. Well, Lisa Grossman, many people call her godmother of our industry, right?
Yeah.
Taylor Thomas, Michelle Barnes. I'm trying to think. I'm going blank here. You've seen the lineup.
Amazing lineup of people. Yeah, Lisa and Michelle and Denise and Taylor Thompson. I mean, just like total rock stars. And not only, I think the specifics of what this event is about, combined with the humans behind it, is something that is, I can't wait to hear how those two things meld together in this event. And so if you want to go and get a sneak peek at that, you'll hear more about that tomorrow on the webinar. But if you go to contactmapping.com/ascend, you can see a little bit about that as well, and just start checking that out. Make sure you clear that time on your calendar. And Deb, I know you talk about that you're especially kind of geared towards helping women, but I really, as a guy, I find so much value in what you're doing. And are you finding that, over time, even though it was maybe initially targeted more towards women, that you're starting to see more and more men show up in what you're doing as well?
It's kind of shocking me, but that is the case, right? Men are kind of coming out of the woodwork. And if I can be so complimentary, I will say it's the most highly evolved men who are showing up. And part of that is because, number one, they're saying, I'm struggling at supporting the women on my team that are Blocked. And then the second side of it is they're saying, oh, and I'm stuck too, but I'm stuck at a different level. So what you find is, hey, being able to hack into the neuroplasticity of your brain, that is not gender specific. But what has become kind of gender identified is that men tend to be a little bit more comfortable at pushing, right? And it has become kind of a core philosophy, the push, the fight, the struggle, the make it happen. And there are a lot of women who do that as well. But then there's this huge piece of our population, both genders, who are saying either that has never worked for me, or I don't like myself in that space. I don't like the feeling of the fighting and the clawing, and there's got to be another way. And this is that way.
Very cool. I love that. And that's, that's it. That's exactly it. You don't have to have only one tool in the toolbox. You can have more than one tool and pull out the right tool for the right job. And so I think that's really what we're learning. And so I'm so excited for this. Tomorrow, 9:30 Pacific time. So that is the 25th. Like I said, if you can't join live, don't worry about it. Make sure you go register anyway. You'll get the replay, and you want to check this out. You want to learn more about Ascend. And Deb, thanks so much for just taking a few minutes to share a little bit about this. I can't wait for tomorrow. I will be there with bells on, and just can't wait for it. So thanks again.
Perfect.
And thanks to everybody for joining. Please share this. Please tag somebody who needs to hear about this, because it's important stuff. And so we would love if you would do that for us. Thanks for hanging out and watching with us today. Lucian, you're amazing. Deficio, Andrea, Denise, and my 5-year-old is literally shooting me with a squirt gun from behind my back while fully clothed. So that is my sign that it's time. I said 15 minutes. It's now 16 minutes, and it's time to go back to spring break.
Let's keep going, Dad.
I love you. And this kid's grounded until he's 21. All right. Love you, everyone. Thank you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.